for making a FiveM server. I know this is wanted a lot by a lot of people in my comments, and they are saying there are issues with I believe it was 2018, the 2018 video I did. So today we're going to be doing an updated 2021. So first, basically, this link will be down in the description. It's the FiveM website, but it's the documents on how to set up a FiveM server. Firstly, you want to do the prerequisites, which is Visual C++ Redistributable 2019 or newer. You want to go ahead and download that. I already have it downloaded on the system. Git is not needed. I do it without Git. Basically, to get started, you want to open up File Explorer on your computer. You want to go into your local disk or anyone on your computer. You want to create a new folder, and you want to name it whatever you want. For this tutorial, I'm renaming it FXServer. Make sure there are 0 spaces in the folder name. Next, you want to go ahead and download the latest master branch build from the Windows for artifacts. So this link will also be in the description. Latest optional is the gray ones, and the latest recommended are the blue ones. You want to download the latest blue one, whatever one. So for this instance, it is 3074. While that's downloading, you want to go ahead and go back over to this website. You want to go over and find the CFX-server-data, open it up in a new tab. You want to click on code, and you want to click on download zip. Alright, now that the server.zip is downloaded, you can go ahead and open it. I prefer using WinRAR for extracting and using .zip files. I will leave a link to WinRAR in the description. You want to go ahead and select everything in this folder, and you want to drag it into the new folder you created. While that is doing its thing, you want to come back over here, and you want to go ahead and go over to the keymaster.fivem.net, the server IP address. Of course, you want to put the server IP address in here, which for my instance would be 45.43.18.93. The way you want to find this, you want to go to CMD. You want to paste and enter, and you want to do ipconfig/all. And then your IPv4 address, that would be the IP you enter. Keep in mind, this is all a VPS, it will be all reset, so there's nothing you can try. You want to do whatever you're, so say you're doing this off your computer, you want to do other, no, so you want to do home, yeah, I don't remember what it is. Then you want to do other, and then you want to do home hosted. Yeah, that's correct. I'm doing a VPS, so I will put in my hoster. We'll do I'm not a robot, and we'll click generate. Now that the key is generated, we'll go back over to the VPS. We'll close out of this CMD tab. We'll make sure all our files are here. They are indeed. You want to go ahead and close out the WinRAR just for neatness. We'll open up this folder, and you want to drag the CFX server data folder over here. Next, you want to right click on that folder, and you want to rename it to server-data. You want to open up the server-data, and you can delete the readme and .getignore files. Next, you want to create a new text document, and you want to name it server.cfg. This will pop this. So next, to get the extensions, you want to click on View, and you want to choose File Name Extensions, which will pop up the .cfg. I'm going to be using Edit with Notepad++. I will leave a link to Notepad++ in the description. Alright, so now you want to go over to back to the docs.fivem.net. You want to scroll down until you find the server.cfg. You want to copy everything inside this box, and then you want to go ahead and paste it in. I'll be going over this whole document with you today. So the endpoint _add_tcp and the blah 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 UDP, these are this is your IP, the 0.0.0.0, and then this is your server ports. If you're running multiple servers, I assume you're not using this video, so I'll just go ahead and tell you the default, which will be 30120. You want to leave that at stock. If you're running 2, for example, one will be 30120, and you can change the other one to, for example, 30121, or you can change the entire port and go 3195 or 31938. I will leave it stock 30120. These resources here will start by default. These are the stock FiveM. To add a file, say you drag actually we'll upload another video for that. We'll leave that. So then the sv underscore script hook allowed 0 means that the vmenu will be used, or any other menu that you install, lambda menu, and for example the F4 menu will not be used. Archon password, you want to go ahead and uncheck this, and inside the brackets you want to type in any Archon password. So we'll just do tutorial YouTube. The tags, these are optional, you can just leave them default. For example, you can put roleplay, professional, police, cops, civ, tutorial, you get the gist. And then under here, sets local, you want to keep in mind, you want to change this from root-aq. If you don't, your server won't work properly. You want to put English-US, EN-US, if you're watching this, which you probably are. So SV hostname, this is your server name. You can change this to whatever you want, but I will change it to YouTube tutorial-toxic fusion. Alright, so these nested configs, you can leave this unless you're doing ESX, which I will not be getting into in this video. The load underscore server icon will be your server icon. So the server icons have to be 96 pixels by 96 pixels, and it has to be a PNG file. With this, you just drag this into this folder with the server.cfg, and then you type in the image name right here. The temp convar, I'm not really familiar with what this is, so we'll just leave this blank. SV underscore master 1, this, if you uncomment this, your server will not show up in the server list for other people. You have to use the IP. The add system admins, the add underscore principal identifier.fivem.1:1. So if you join the server and you're the only one that joins the server the first time, you will be set as an admin. I suggest not doing this. I suggest changing FiveM to Steam, keeping the colon, and putting in your Steam 64 ID here, your hexamal. The endpoint privacy, I'm not familiar with what this does. I just leave this to default. One sync enabled, this is out of date with FiveM, so you can just leave this, or you can do one sync. I believe it's one sync underscore legacy. True. Your max clients, 32 is the max unless you pay for FiveM's Patreon. The Steam Web API key, you will need to do this, so you need to copy the Steam community.dev.api, this right here, and you want to go ahead and open this up. Again, I'm not logged in on this machine, so I'll go ahead and go over to my actual PC. So you want to go ahead and log in to the Steam community page. Once you're here, you want to go ahead and go onto the domain name, and I'll just type in Toxic Fusion. You want to agree to the Steam Web API terms of use, and you want to register. You want to copy this entire key that it provides you, and then you want to paste that inside the colons. Again, we used keymaster.fivem.net earlier. You want to go ahead and copy the key that it provided you with. You want to go ahead and change me and put the brackets or the quotation marks, and you want to place that inside the quotation marks. Next, you can Control S, which saves the document, and now you're done with the server.cfg. Next, I'm going to go ahead and right click new, and you want to make a new text document and name this starter.bat. And then you want to go ahead and right click, you want to go ahead and edit with Notepad++, and then I'll leave this in the description. It's cd/d, and then your file location. So for the server data, I'll go ahead and copy address as text, paste it in, hit enter again, paste it again, but delete the server-data, and you want to go ahead and run, in lowercase, of course, run.cmd space plus exec server.cfg. Basically what this does is it CDs into the directory of your server data folder, then it CDs into the FXServer folder with the run.cmd executable, plus execute the server.cfg folder found here, and then your server starts. That's as simple as it gets. First, before running the server, you want to go ahead and go over to Firewall on your computer that you're hosting it on, and you want to go ahead and go over to Advanced Settings. Once you're in Advanced Settings, you want to go over to Inbound Rules, and you want to click New Rule. I probably already have this done, so it will not register for me. You want to click Port, you want to click TCP, and you want to type in your port, and then colon, and then 30110. You want to click Next, you want to click Next, and you want to click Next. Name this whatever you would like. Just make sure to include TCP somewhere in there. Next, of course, you want to do this again, but instead you want to select UDP. You want to put in your port. Of course, I did the stock one, 30120, and then you want to put comma space 30110, just like the other time. You can name this whatever you want again. However, I suggest you keep it the same, just put UDP instead. You want to go over to Outbound Rules and repeat the same procedure. New rule, port, next, put in your port that you provided, and then 30110. Want to click Next, and this time you want to make sure you check Allow the Connection, and you want to click Next, Next again. You want to name this the same as before, whatever you want, include TCP. Click New Rule. Again, under Outbound Rules, click Port. Make sure you select UDP, put 30120 or the port you provided, put in a comma, click space, and type in 30110. Click Next, click Allow the Connection, click Next again, and rename this the same as what you did under Inbound Rules. Next, after that's done, you want to click File, Exit, and then you can close out of this, and you can start. Now the server starts. It will take a little bit on the first time, and while it starts, boom, now the server is online. So now you can, the TBEX is, I'll get into that in another video most likely. Now your server's online. Port forwarding I will not be covering in this video like I have done before. If you need help with port forwarding, you can go ahead and join my Discord. There will be a link in the description, or you can go to discord.toxicfusion.ragingroguegaming.com. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Peace out.